Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Eric Bogosian.
The National Book Award in Nonfiction will be presented by Marie Arana. Marie Arana is the author of The American Chica, Two Worlds, One Childhood, which was a finalist for the 2001 National Book Award in Nonfiction. The Writing Life, Writers and How They Think and Work, and Cellophane, a satirical novel set in the Peruvian Amazon, which was a finalist for the John Sargent Prize. Her new novel, Lima Nights, will be published by Random House in January. She is also the editor of the Washington Post Book World. It gives me great pleasure to introduce Marie Arana.
Thank you for that nice introduction, Eric. It's a great pleasure to be in this happy room with so many good friends and colleagues. We should all be very grateful to the National Book Foundation for tonight's marvelous celebration of books. This year delivered a bumper crop of nonfiction. There were no less than 540 books put forward for this award. It's humbling, really, to stand among so many stacks of worthy books representing, if you were to multiply it out, thousands of years of hard work by an army of bright and dedicated writers. Add to this the number of hours invested by all 540 of the book's publishers, editors, publicists, and agents, and you have an arc of time that would stretch all the way back to Homer. Our jury, a splendid little body of 5 writers and scholars, was, I thought, a model of wisdom, civility, and diligence. I want to thank each of them for the Herculean task they undertook when they agreed to serve on this panel. Will you please stand and remain standing until I call all your names? Farah Jasmine Griffin, Megan Marshall, Russell Jacoby, and Kevin Starr, a valiant little group. Thank you. Of one thing, we 5 are very sure. The life of the mind is alive and well in America. There were many fine nonfiction books published in 2008, many more than we were able to put on our short list. But we also know that the 5 we have chosen, as vastly different in style as they are in subject matter, are richly deserving of the light we shine on them tonight. Each of them is a winner. We singled them out for many virtues, not least of which are the clarity of their vision in what I think we can all agree are generally unclear times, the bracing originality of their approaches, and their uncompromising commitment to truth. Our finalists are Drew Gilpin Faust, for This Republic of Suffering, Death and the American Civil War, published by Knopf, a division of Random House. Annette Gordon-Reed, for The Hemingses of Monticello, An American Family, published by W.W. Norton and Company. Jane Mayer, for The Dark Side, the inside story of how the War on Terror turned into a war on American ideals, published by Doubleday, a division of Random House. Jim Sheeler, for Final Salute, a story of unfinished lives, published by Penguin Group, USA. Joan Wickersham, for The Suicide Index, Putting My Father's Death in Order, published by Harcourt. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this year's National Book Award in Nonfiction goes to Annette Gordon-Reed for The Hemingses of Monticello.
Thank you so much for this. This is a wonderful award. This is a great night. This is actually my birthday. which I don't call my birthday anymore. I don't celebrate my birthdays anymore. I call this the celebration of the autumn harvest. This is a wonderful celebration of the autumn harvest, and I can't tell you what this means to me. I have to thank first two people who are not here, my mother and father, Betty Jean Gordon and Alfred Gordon, who are responsible for everything that I am that is good, and gave me a sense of how important learning was, and quite frankly, to be personal about it, the sort of the journey that black people in this country are on, and that's what I've been trying to do with my scholarship and what I tried to do with this book. They are gone on, and I hope they're looking at me, and I know that they would be very, very proud of this moment. I'd also like to thank my husband, Robert Reed, my son Gordon, who is here with me, my daughter Susan, who is a freshman in college right now. Everybody in this room knows what it takes to write a book. How you go off into a different world, my world of the 18th century, where I lived for too many years, to somewhat the detriment of my relationship with them. I'd be talking to them, and they could tell that they were talking to me, and they could tell that I was writing in my head, thinking about Jefferson or thinking about Sally Hemings. But I'm grateful for the patience, and I hope that this is in some way a reward for them as well, because this belongs to them. Robert Weil, my editor at Norton, who believed in this book, signed me up 10 years ago. Things happened, and I kind of worked and burrowed and worked and couldn't stop researching until finally he said, "You've got to write, Annette, and you've got to get this done." My agent, Faith Childs, who has been a friend and a mentor to me, and someone who's very, very important. Winfreda Mbewe at Publicity Department at Norton, everyone there has been wonderful, and I can't say what a wonderful November this has been. An autumn harvest, which is very heavy, by the way. I lifted it up before I realized that. Very wonderful award, and also the election, which I think it's sort of wonderful to have the book come out at this particular time. People ask me if I planned it that way. No, I did not. But all of Americans, we're on a great journey now, so I look forward to the years to come and to thank the members of the committee who did this. I know how hard the work is, and I'm just overwhelmed. Thank you very much.